Christmas read season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for something that's a little bit different to your usual Christmas romance book that is the usual sort of Christmas book we find out there, then you're going to be interested in this book. Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk about a very different Christmas style book, and that is this one. This is The Unwrapping of Theodora Quirke, and this is by Caroline Smales. Now this is obviously a Christmas themed book, however it's a Christmas themed book with a difference. This is unlike any other Christmas book I've read before, and I'll tell you why. So I'll just read the blurb to you just so that I surmise it correctly, and then we'll get into the review. So this says, when 19-year-old Theodora Quirke heads to work on Christmas Eve, the last person she expects to find outside of her flat is St. Nicholas of Myra. The saint people think is Santa Claus, much to St. Nick's disgust. Given that he's in a full Santa suit and professing to be nearly 2,000 years old, Theo is wary, but St. Nick insists that he's there to save her, although he's not sure how or why. St. Nick does know that Theo is grieving, however, so he shows her 4 scenes from her life that give her hope. But he's also had cryptic messages from the Christmas higher powers that lead him to begin Theo's training as the first ever female Christmas angel, a role that Theo is not sure she's cut out for. The training is soon derailed by St. Nick's evil brother. Filled with jealousy and spite over his brother's popularity, and with confidence dented and saddened by society's spiral levels of expectation and greed, St. Nick begins to falter. Theo does everything she can to defeat the evil brother and to lift St. Nick's spirits. But as the deadline for Christmas miracles draws close, she realises she must complete them herself. But is she up to the job? Now, the title of this book is absolutely theme perfect. You've got the obvious Christmas connotations with the unwrapping and sort of the present-y theme of unwrapping. However, this book also is really actually about sort of a metaphorical unwrapping of Theodora herself. Throughout the pages, the author slowly unwraps Theodora and we begin to see her for the person that she is. And the person revealed is quite different to the exterior of the Theodora that we meet at the beginning of the book. We are introduced to her overwhelming fragility, but also her courageousness, which paints Theodora in a very interesting light. We begin the story on Christmas Eve as Theodora is off to work. Rather than getting to her shift on time, she encounters St. Nicholas on her doorstep. However, St. Nicholas is reimagined here as a slightly less kempt version of himself that we would normally see when St. Nicholas is portrayed in any sort of form of media or literature, which I really enjoyed because I do like a reimagining, and going with the reimagining theme, this book comes across as a retelling of Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol. As we have Theodora being shown scenes from her past, which does not make for light-hearted read by any stretch of the imagination. This book is a lot darker than the cover would have you believe. Luckily for the reader, there is a large sprinkling of humour throughout this book too, which sort of breaks up the doom and gloom, because at times the emotional aspect of this book can be quite heavy. St. Nicholas tries to show Theodora that she can still live despite all of the horrible things and horrible life experiences that she's had, and starts to show her who she is in her own right. Along with Theodora's story, we've got a side story of Dottie Smith, who strongly believes in miracles, even though she's fighting her own demons. And Dottie in particular believes in the magic of St. Nicholas, and she tries to collect a group of people who have also experienced miracles at the hands of St. Nicholas. And that creates an interesting parallel path, which was another element to the story that I quite enjoyed. This is a story about the hardships of life, of picking yourself up when you have been at rock bottom. It's about trust, love and self-worth, and the magic of Christmas. So this is quite an emotional roller coaster. There are parts of it that had me laughing out loud, and there were parts of it that had me actually crying. This is an extremely unique read, especially within the sort of Christmas genre, and I would say that this doesn't actually fit into the usual Christmas mould. This is definitely sort of a genre-defying Christmas book, and it's full of magic, whimsy and obscenities, and it's a truly welcome addition to my shelves. This is my first book by Caroline Smales, and I didn't know that there were other books by Caroline Smales. I don't know why I had it in my head that this is a debut novel. It's not. Caroline Smales has other books out, and after reading this, I don't think this will be the only book that I read by this author, because it was so unique and really interesting. So as usual, let me know if you've read this, let me know if you're going to, let me know what's on your Christmas reading list, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.